Your book has actually been described as riveting. I'm going to say steamy, gripping, raw, unflinching, and someone said, and I'm going to quote, unputdownable. How would you describe Desire Lines?
Those all sound good to me. Like viable.
This is why we ask these questions.
Oh gosh. How would I describe it? Okay. The book is about three things. It's about friendship. And the ways in which friendship, gets us through. And whether that be the friendships with our sort of our buddies, our male buddies, or whether that's the friendship with close female friends, of which I've had many, and which the character holds as very important in his life. And but you mentioned steamy, and like none of the reviewers thus far have said steamy, but I love that because in the 1980s, and I hope today, sex is a huge part of our lives, and I think as queer men, for myself and hopefully others, have the space to sort of embrace that kind of sexuality, that choices around sexuality. And so I didn't run away from writing about sex and love. And in the I think the very first chapter of the book is set in the Rambles in Central Park. And I wrote that, I rewrote that chapter several times because I said, no, you know what, you don't want your character like having anonymous sex in the first chapter of the book. And then I said, why not? That was part of the experience in the 80s, part of the experience for some people today, and it was real. So at one point I wrote the chapter, and he has this experience as he meets these guys and he leaves the park, and then I said that's not the truth. And so I think what the book has been described as unflinching, and I didn't flinch when I wrote it. And I hope that I'm not going to flinch now. It's interesting because writing the book is one thing, and you're in your study and writing, sharing it. But then putting it into the world, having people talk about it, is another. And I hope that I'm not going to flinch as I put the book into the world. Into the world.